Nights in the past, mostly last year, that I've not been able to sleep and didn't fall asleep till past midnight. The first time was in June. My mom and my big brother were going to pick up my dad from the airport. And well, school had already been ended, but just the issue is I cannot get to sleep. Which normally wouldn't be an issue on its own because it's summer break. But then again, I had to go to bed. I don't fully remember why, I just had to. So this night they left and I just was not sleeping. I went in one of the rooms of my little brother that was sleeping. And I was just like trying my best to get to sleep. I was like honestly getting so crazy that I was even going on Amazon from different countries. I'm not joking, that literally happened. It eventually got to, well, I had to get to sleep. And, well, mostly eventually, I ended up listening to a Matt Neff video, and long story short, I managed to fall asleep. So, yeah, extremely cool. And this other thing happened in November. So, if you really don't know, I just suck at sleeping if I don't keep my mind chill. Like, if I don't have anything like actually distracting my mind, let's just say it's not looking good for me in sleeping. So, you constantly use a phone, and well, it was around this time where, my brother had, his own phone broken, so he had to use one phone that we commonly share. So, after that, it was stuck inside this room. And we had the secondary phone. It was one of my dad's old phones, which I started using more for the time being. Not as much, but to keep my brother from slowly losing his sanity because he couldn't play Roblox. This is before we had our tablets. So, on this night, the first phone that's shared is stuck in the big brother's room. And the second one is stuck charging in where my brother sleeps. So I'm just not falling asleep. I can't keep my mind from overthinking too long. And I was like even using my computer trying to bore myself to sleep. No, I had fan-made shits on my mind since like December 2022, but those were not hitting. I'll make a more in-depth video about that. But for now, let's focus on that. So 9 p.m. I'm not sleeping. 10 p.m. I'm not sleeping. I've basically resorted to everything. Closing my eyes, trying to use my computer to bore myself, and well, hell, even trying to grab the second phone out, but I could not. I just couldn't. So, like, eventually, it comes to the point where it's almost midnight. I had school the next day, so I knew I had to make a choice if I was gonna get to sleep or not. So I crawled into the room and I managed to get the phone out without waking my brother that was sleeping in there. So I managed to get away with it. I put on something to listen to, and long story short, I managed to fall asleep. But bonus, around 4 or so, all the smoke alarms in our house went off, and well, let's just say I barely got like 5.5 hours of sleep. So yeah, that's been another night I just could not get to sleep. There's been other nights I just could not sleep either. but while we're on the topic of sleeping stories, so like around 2 years ago, I'm in my bed. This was like our old house, which I've previously stated. And well, one night I'm up at like 2 a.m. watching who knows what. And well, I'm honestly in shambles by like kid content. Yeah. Kid content. It was like the Steam Team Galaxy thing. It was just the most random thing. And I was like and it was just like these two kid shorts that just randomly sent me into hysterics. I was just crying, and well, I don't even know which day this was. I know it wasn't like January or February. So, yeah, safe to say. Well, I managed to get to sleep. So, epic for the most part. So, yeah, that's another time I've literally gone sleepless. Another night as well, let's just say, these are questionable, so, let me quickly explain. Back in August of 2022, I got interested with My Little Pony, moreover the Equestria Girl ones, the 2010 series, I don't really like it as much as I think I would. So yeah, for the most part, it just sucks. And well, this was around the same time we moved out of our old house, August 2024. So we were staying, I was sleeping in, the living room. Yes, the living room, do not ask. So, yeah, so I started watching Sci-Set, that one ship, but I honestly don't even know there's so much in-depth things about it, but I'm trying to keep this video short. So, let's just say, that night I was just constantly watching, Deleter Pony's Brothers Archive, or something like that. And all I'm saying is, I somehow shifted to the BFDI short things. BFDI 10 was easy, not BFDI 10, BFDI 14, it was peak. Now, one night, I don't think I fell asleep till like 2 a.m. 2 a.m., I don't even know. I was at another time I've straight up gone sleepless. What is honestly just probably the best. Jake, not really, but like, this goal isn't entirely, me affecting my sleep, but like, it was around the same time I figured out about the Nick Jr. history made by the bad guy, and they were all released. And speaking of the bad guy, if you search him up, he only has 4 videos on his account, and they were all made in 2020. And he just hasn't posted anything else since. So I honestly don't know what's happened to him. So yeah, just saying that. So like, I'm in bed just going to sleep, and I randomly decided to just recite like a certain chunk of the video. I don't know why, but like, I don't fully remember, but I just do. I couldn't recite it now because this was a while ago when I was like 6, 5, 8. Ignore that. So either way, I think it was strange of me to do it. I honestly don't know why. I just did. I liked it, even though there was no point into me watching it. There was just no point. But otherwise, I managed to recite the whole thing. Not perfectly, but enough to impress. So yeah, that's another thing. So, one more thing as well. Times I'm going to sleep. So, normally on nights I have to go to school the next day, I usually use the phone for like how long I can, and then eventually I fall asleep. And then, well, I honestly, there's nights where I'm asleep by like 10 or so. There's other nights where I'm asleep by 11, but then again, if I'm asleep by like 12, that's clearly noticeable. Tiny thing is, well, there's two kids in my class that just honestly sleep. Not one of them doesn't sleep as much. There's just this one kid. I'll use his initial R. That just always sleeps. I don't know what he does, but it's clear that like it's affecting his sleep because he's always passing out in class. And well, I'm not blaming him if he has like important things to do, but then again, I did in fact fall asleep in class once, which will be the last part of this video. So, the power had gone out and I was feeling just unusually tired. So we got into science class. This was last year. And well, I'm just so tired and I'm with my group. We're working on this assignment. He passed out and I dead straight fell asleep. Like I think I slept for a good 30 minutes. I woke up and well, I went to social studies. And yeah, that was honestly just so random of me. Yeah, so let's just say I have a love-hate relationship with sleeping. It's honestly kind of surprising that, like, some people aren't sleeping until, like, 3. Some people are only getting, like, a few hours of sleep. So, yeah, cool for the most part. Then again, sleep is always beneficial. I'm not saying you guys should screw up your sleep too, but all I'm saying is don't follow me. Even though, well, pretty sure all of you guys use your phone while you're in bed. And I can relate easily. So, yeah, pretty cool for the most part.